What? You a good girl? Yeah? Maybe? Huh? Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Sunday. It is Mother's Day. May 8th? I think it's the 8th. Could be the 7th. Whatever day it is. I think it's the 8th. But it's Mother's Day, that I do know. Called and talked to Mom this morning, so I wanted to wish her happy Mother's Day. All the people out there that are mothers as well, I would wish you a happy Mother's Day. And all you fathers that act as mothers, because you're both parents, happy Mother's Day to you as well. So, all right. So before we get into this video really quickly, I just wanted to remind everybody I will be live streaming tonight at, hold on. I had a hair in my mouth. Sorry about that. We'll be live streaming tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Topic to be determined. We will figure all that out, and we will go from there. So I wanted to show you really quickly before we get started with this. You can see up there, they are setting post because he's going to have horses and cows on his side of the property. So where that post is, up in that corner here, right up in that corner here, okay, up in here, it is, then the property line goes that way. So this whole part here, it's not like it comes down this way, it goes that way. So it's a weird how the corner is set up there, but so he's setting his post to put in for his horses and cows, and so he's getting that part of that done. All right, so let's get into this video, guys. We're going to talk about root cellars, all right? And I'm kind of thinking and revisiting what I want to do. I'm not sure yet, 100%. I think if I put in over in this area over here, over by here, into the hill here somewhere, and utilize that area as a root cellar, might be a good idea. I'm not 100% sure yet. Obviously, you can see it's all, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get in there, but we could get in there, get a a backhoe, dig out a spot, get it ready, and then recover everything. So that may be an option for a root cellar there. So we're going to go over some things with a root cellar. What do you need to have with a root cellar? What you should be doing, and those type of things. Okay. So first of all, proper ventilation is going to be really important with your root cellar. So when you're putting in your root cellar, you want to have the fresh air coming in by the floor, and you want the older air, the staler air to be heading out by the ceiling. So you're going to want to have two feeds coming in, and so that way you're pulling, well, you don't really want to pull in the air because it would be warmer air coming in, but you want to be able to have that airflow so that hotter air can leave through the higher spot and the cooler air can come in. Now, with those vents, I would definitely recommend screening them, heavy-duty screening, so you don't get critters into your root cellar. So that's really, really important, okay? So you definitely want to do that. The second thing I want to talk about is you want to keep your fruits and your vegetables not too close together. And why is that? Ethylene gas is the reason. And I'm going to give you a couple examples of fruits that that put off gas, this ethylene gas. Apples, bananas, blueberries, cantaloupes, citrus fruits, grapes, green onions, honeydews, melons, mushrooms, nectarines, peaches, peas, pears, plums, tomatoes, watermelon. But now here's the weird thing with peppers. Peppers doesn't like to be around other things that off gas, but it also off gas itself, if that makes any sense. So I would put your peppers separately someplace else, okay? What is affected by this off gas and of this ethylene gas? And I'm just going to give you a few examples. There's a lot more. And that would be cabbages, carrots, cauliflower, cucumbers, green beans, peas, lettuce, potatoes, squash, sweet potatoes, yams. So you're going to want to make sure when you're designing your root cellar that you're keeping these things apart from each other. I think it's really, really important to do that because you don't want your things being affected that way. It could be really detrimental to what you want to do. Uh, Here's a mistake that some people make as well, not keeping your root cellar dark enough. You want to keep your root cellar dark because you don't want, for an example, your potatoes, if they're exposed to any kind of light, they'll start to shooting. They'll start to sprout, and you don't want that. You want to try to keep that so there's very little light in there. So if you have a window in your root cellar, I would definitely recommend that you cover that cover that up. Okay. So what's another thing that you can do? You can also cover your fruits and vegetables with burlap. That lessens the light, so when you're coming in and out of your root cellar, and we're going to be getting into that in a moment, when you're coming in and out of your root cellar, it's not being as exposed to as much light. All right. So the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to monitor the temperature and humidity. Now, there are all kinds of devices out there that you can utilize to do that. It's going to be able to keep an eye on the temperature in your root cellar and also the humidity. You're going to want to keep that at a certain temperature. You want to make sure it's not getting too hot in there and that the humidity is at the right temperature. There's plenty of devices out there in which you can utilize that and do that, so definitely take advantage of that. Now, here's one that I want you guys to think about, okay? No concrete floors. You don't want to have a concrete floor in your root cellar. And why is that? Concrete will hold the heat and not let the moisture leave through the floor. So if a dirt floor is the best. You know me in rock, right? You know me in gravel. I would put down gravel because you could still walk on it, and it was still going to drain off a lot of the the excesses that way. So that would be something that I would recommend doing. But you want to make sure, you want to be able to have that moisture and stuff go out through the floor, and then the cooler temperature of the earth being able to come up into your root cellar from the ground as well. So dirt floors are the best, but again, it's to each their own. The last thing I want to talk about is going in and out of your greenhouse or not greenhouse, your root cellar too often. I got greenhouses on the mind. The problem with that is when you're going in and out of your greenhouse all the time, the only time you should actually be going in and out of your greenhouse is either to take things out or to put things into your greenhouse. And if you're opening the door to your greenhouse, why do I keep saying greenhouse? Your root cellar, I'm sorry. If you are opening the door to your root cellar all the time, you're letting hot air come in and you're letting cold air go out. Also, your own body temperature at 98 degrees, 98.6 is the average temperature, which you should be at. You're kicking off heat as well. So if you're going into the greenhouse, or why do I keep saying greenhouse? If you're going into the root cellar, again, I do apologize. I don't know why I have greenhouse on the mind, but if you're going in and out of your root cellar, all right, what you want to take into mind is if you're going in to get something out, get a few days worth of things that you're going to need, so you lessen your trips in and out of your root cellar. See, I actually said it right that time. Like I said, again, the only time that you should be going in and out of your root cellar is either you're putting food in or you're taking food out. With covering things with burlap, once again, it's the best way to do so. It's going to really make a difference with what you're doing. All right. So a few things to think about. I hope that helps. When you're planning on putting in your root cellars. Again, guys, ventilation is really, really important. You don't want, and again, making sure you separate your fruits and your vegetables, keeping them in separate areas so they're not, together and you're having issues with that. So just something to think about. I hope this video helps. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we are going to be in much, much better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive and stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right? I hope everybody's having a great day, and I will see you all tonight at 8 p.m. for the live stream. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.